mission here to try to recover this ore cart. So we thought we would just climb up here, and we figured it was only going to be about 75 feet to the level where the ore cart wasn't. Probably not that much further up, maybe it's even just right up there, but the problem is this ladder where it's sitting, look at this, it's just totally rotted, eh? So even though the ladder's not that bad, there's no way I would climb on that ladder because it's a sports ladder. It would, and that's the thing, eh? Just because the ladder's good doesn't mean that it's not going to fail, because the support for that ladder is no good, so we definitely won't be going any further up here. So this is the ore chute going down. We're going to try to bring this beautiful bucket down. So it's going straight down, and that would be a really good place to set that. If we can figure out where this is, if we can get that ore cart down here, we can just winch it right down the bottom. I'm sorry, the ore bucket down there. We just winch it right down there if we can figure out where that is. So we'll continue up to the top of the mine. We're going to have to hike way up, about 150 feet up through the real hot area to get up there. But yeah, you definitely need to be safe. And we'll see if we can get it down here. So this part was fine. There was no problem with this ladder at all. Not that far down, but that's as far as we can go because it's just too rotted. So we finally made it to the top, but it's pretty tough. Yeah, it's not that far. It's only about 150 feet or something, I think, straight vertical, but just a baking hot day, and we got a lot of stuff to take up here. And there's a couple of cabins there. I don't think there's much there of mining significance. Looks like some hunters used them over the years, not much there. So there we are, we finally made it to this adit. Yeah, you definitely don't want to forget anything, so we brought lots of ropes, our climbing harness and all that kind of stuff, and tripods, cameras, water, away you go. And there is actually a real cool thing at the top of this adit here. I wish we could take this, I don't see how we can. But yeah, it's a part of an old winch, I guess. Not in the best of shape, but looks pretty cool. Part of it's broken off, but yeah, it's a lot of weight and everything's tough, eh? So so this is where this shaft is going down here, and it's not that steep. It's the very top of this mine. So we're going to head down here with our stuff, and we're going to end up about halfway down the mine, and we're going to get that ore bucket, hopefully. We'll see how things go. So this is where the Aspen mine is. Just a really awesome location. We're in a pretty high altitude. I'm not sure what the elevation is here. It's pretty high. So this is the only mine that was anywhere close to here. So yeah, you can see the valley. It's pretty smoky because we had a lot of fires in the last little while here. But there's no fires around here. And it's just it's a really tough place to get to. Probably in a few years you won't be able to get up here because the trail's really getting grown in. You just barely get in here with the quad. So yeah, we might as well document this while we can. Everyone, so we're standing on top of the shaft on the Aspen at the very top there. Really cool. We got something pretty historic. I mean, we haven't seen these bottles. We see them in mines all the time from the 70s. They started selling these again, so there we go. We're trying some of this old beer. And I'm not sure if they're exactly the same as the old ones were. Pretty cool, stubby bottles. Haven't seen them since the 70s. So we're going to finish this last brewski, and we're going to head down the Aspen shaft. So one thing you see in these mines lots is rats. And usually got babies, and it's kind of funny because you just see them. They'll have their babies on their back, kind of sucking milk or something, I guess, eh? But people say sometimes they're aggressive. I've never seen that, eh? But I don't know, there's one here, they just had a bunch of babies and stuff, so I don't know, we'll see what happens here. I'll try to disturb it a little bit. Yeah. There she is. She don't seem aggressive to me. I don't know, they say that they'll attack you or something, but I don't see that. I got no respect for rats. Rats are rats, right? So there we go, see. The rats are just a fucking stinky, slimy freaking thing. There's a little baby rat there, hey, see? That's what they look like, hey? Hey, little guy. Man, you're a little cute, but I mean, they just chew that shit out of everything. Ah. Hey, little guy. There's a little baby rat there, eh? His mom's heading down that way. Well, it's pretty interesting mine, eh? Looking up from this, where we got our gear here. This is what it looks like heading upstream. So we got to go up this way and get the ore bucket. And here it is. You just go up this way and you'll find it. Alright, so this is what we're doing today. We're going to try to take this sucker home. This is one of the most awesome artifacts I've ever seen in a mine. So it's original ore bucket. So we're about mid-level on a big mine. And we got to figure out how we're going to get this thing down. So this ore bucket's riveted. It was made before the 1920s. And it's about, you can't really see, it's about 3 feet high. And weighs about 200 pounds. So we're going to take that and put it in a museum if we possibly can. That's the plan for the day. The ore bucket's not too far from this hole going down. We really don't know where this hole goes. So the thing is, we don't want to lower the ore bucket down here and then find out it doesn't reach the bottom. So what we got to do first is we got to climb down here and see if indeed it does lead to the bottom level of the mine, which we hope it does. And if it does, it's going to make our life really easy. If not, we'll have to come up with another plan because there's a whole bunch of other ore chutes that go down various places. So we'll see, we'll just climb down there and see how that goes. Alright, so we're heading off on yet another adventure. We're going down this really steep ore pass. And the reason we're doing that is we want to see if we can get that ore bucket down here. We don't want to just send the ore bucket down here because it might be in a dead end, so we need to go down there and see what it's like. So hopefully we'll see you in a few minutes. Yeah, pretty steep. Yeah, so the way I go, I gotta speed this up a little bit because it's pretty slow going down. But yeah, you gotta take your time and see what you're doing. Probably only about 75 feet down, but when you're on the top of that big hole, you're looking down, you just see a big black hole, and you think, what the hell am I doing? But by the time you get back up, you think, well, that wasn't bad. And that's how you kind of build your skills a little at a time. Gets better and better, and you get easier and easier, and you get more comfortable with it. And it's all good. Alright, so we made her back up, and yeah, indeed, we got to the bottom level and it goes right through here. The problem is there's kind of a divide here, and there's obstruction. Okay, so the main level of the mine goes this way, and there's an obstruction, so it's tough to get through that obstruction. So we're going to see if we can find a spot further that way on the other side of the obstruction to get that ore bucket down. It does go through, but it might not be the easiest way to get down. Might not be the easiest way to get this ore bucket out. I'm not using my foot strap today. We're not going up very far. This actually works pretty good. You could use your foot to pull it up, but this works good. This is just a really safe way to make your way up and down these steep things. And once you get used to it, it's actually no big deal at all. You get very comfortable with it. A lot of work, but that's okay. I had the option of actually going back outside and going up in the sunshine, up 150 feet, and then coming back down. But this is actually a lot easier to just go this way. So I love kind of playing around with these ropes and stuff. There we go. See, our center's like a ratchet, right? So yeah, the first ore pass didn't get us down to where we wanted to go. So hopefully we'll head down this way, and we'll be on the other side of that blockage. Yeah, looks good. I'm sure it'll fit. Can't imagine that not holding us. So give her a try. So hopefully we'll see you in a few minutes. A little bit of loose material here, but not too much, so it should be all right. I don't think it's that far down. We threw a rock, it wasn't that far down to the next landing. Okay. That's pretty steep. So success, we made her. And we found a really good spot for that ore cart to go, the ore bucket to go down. So there's a shaft going probably about 50 feet straight down. And it goes to the main hall level, it's just straight down, which is kind of fun because I haven't done that much. So, but had the option of going back around the mine, coming up the top, but hell with that. I don't mind doing these ropes and stuff, so it's nice and cool in here. So yeah, this will be fairly easy. I mean, there's a bit of an obstruction at the bottom, but not much. So we're just going to send that ore bucket straight down here, and we'll pick her up at the bottom. Yeah. Oh, that's good, you know, like practicing doing this stuff. The more you do of it, the more comfortable you get with the SRT. I mean, it's a very safe system. And the main thing is that you're always scared about falling down, but I'm losing my fear of that. There's definitely the bigger hazard is something falling on you. You always got to remember that. I mean, if a rock, you know, just even this size, falls on you from 100 feet or something, you'll probably break your neck, I think. And you know, you're always worried about falling down, but as long as you're anchored good and you got all the right rigging, I mean, what's, you know, it's just an unjustified fear. Yeah, so this plan's going to be pretty simple. This thing weighs maybe a couple 100 pounds. We're just going to flip her over and drag her to that hole, set her down with some pulleys, and see if we can pick her up and throw her on her quad and get her back to our museum. We'll see how it goes. First thing we should do, I guess, is dump all the ore out. Oh, there is a little bit of rust here. I didn't realize that. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful with this because it's not as pristine as we maybe thought. A little bit of rust in there, but not very much. I don't think it weighs a couple 100 pounds so either. Yeah. I don't think there was any rust on it, but there is a little. Oh well. We spent all this time here, we want to get her back in a nice shape, but try to be as careful as we can with it. These were four, they went straight up and down these shafts, so now we're putting it back to work after a long hiatus, I guess. So I was going to use a pulley here, but I don't know if I really need to. I think I'll just take and I'll just get my gloves. And stick the rope right through this handle here. And I can just slowly let her down. And then I'm not sure if it's going to fit through the obstruction at the bottom, but we'll just be able to dig it out, I think, and get it. So, yeah. Some the gloves on here just keep the rope from burning my hands. We'll just stick this through here. Alright, so we'll just start setting her down. We're going to be real gentle with this girl because she's a little bit rough. We don't want to do any more damage to it than Mother Nature has done already. Way to go. Way to go there, Trippy. Oh, this is Trippy, eh? The mine cart was Tippy. This is Trippy. The Trip. Makes trips up and down the mine shaft. Alright. There you go, girl. Come on, you're hung up there. Go, maker. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's working really good. Just set her right down there. Straight down that shaft for a ways down. And we'll just collect our camera and our stuff and we'll follow her. There you go. You made her to the bottom, safe and sound. Alright. There's the portal, so it's not that far out, maybe 100 meters or so, or yards if you're not into metric. This is our last part getting Trippy out of this mine. So now here's the tough part. So we center down this shaft, and it's a lot fatter than that. So we got to dig a fair bit of stuff out of there to get her out through here. Good thing about this, nice and cool in here. Just a hot, smoking hot day outside, like 35 degrees or something. So let's see if we can see her. There she is, right there. There's Trippy. So yeah, we just got to do a bunch of excavating, and I'll get her and the ropes and everything hopefully out of here. We want to show you the shaft going up here. So yeah, it was pretty kind of cool. Coming up and down this shaft, went down and up once. And a little bit of rust on the bottom, but not too bad. Unfortunately, got jammed on the shaft coming down, so I had to pull it up a little bit and get it unjammed and then drop her back down. So, but it didn't seem to do too much damage to it. It's not like we're going to put it to work or anything, but so there's the shaft that I had to climb up. That's where she came from, up there. Upper levels of the mine. There we are. That looks pretty nasty going up there, but I don't know, it wasn't that bad. You get used to these things, more and more practice, like everything else. The more you practice stuff, the better it gets. Looks like just a big black hole, but yeah, we made her. And so it's not really that bad pulling something down. It makes it a lot easier because your gravity's kind of helping you out. So yeah, it's kind of in a tight spot. We're going to dig some stuff out of there, but well, we'll see how it goes. Need a little more light here. Alright, there's our extra rope that we need. And then here comes Trippy. Oh yeah, it's going good. Like a little snow plow. I'm digging it down as we go. Boy, just barely enough room here. Dig it down a little bit more. Really helping us out that we're heading downhill. Well, that'll give me a lot easier than I thought. There we go. Gotcha. Alright, so I'll flip it around the other way. Because most of the damage is the back, so we want to just drag it from the front. Drag it like that from the front. And we shouldn't damage anything. Because if she looks some way. Yeah. Well, that all worked out pretty good. When we first saw this, we thought, wow, there's no way we're going to get this out of here. It's impossible. And then you sit and lay in bed at night thinking about this, and you think, how do we do this? A long ways to drag it. Good thing it's nice and cool in here. Yeah, we don't have too much for the go, but another 100 yards or so, so let's go back there and we'll drag it up. The last ways is a lot of work, but she's worth it. This curiosity stuff's in our museum, and we bust our ass to get it here. Yeah. Nice to see daylight, but you sure enjoy the nice cool Gotta enjoy the nice cool draft in here though too. The first time in 100 years that this ore bucket has seen this portal and daylight. Right on, Trippy, you made it. Howdy, girl. There we are. We're successful in manhandling that old Trippy up there, and then actually threw a winch in there too. So, and here's a shot of the tram, the big ramp. See, there's a ramp here, one way back here to the mine, and then there's just a big ramp that come all the way along here. It's a little hard to see because it's all overgrown here. And then they would have had a big tramway, I guess, going to the bottom. As you can see, our brand new ore cart has joined the lineup in the museum. So let me show you this before. This is a winch that they would have used. Real cool winch they used back in the mines to pull these ore carts up. And here's the other little winch that we found there that we didn't think we could get home. Here's a couple other ore carts, or ore buckets, smaller one, and this one's actually for pulling tools up. So yeah, so this is all cool stuff in my museum. There's a lot of stuff we're kind of open to the general public now. People can come by and have a look at it. And we'll just give you a real quick little scan around here. Got quite a bit of stuff that we've picked up and refurbished. And it's on display here, so if you're interested in having a look at some of this stuff, yeah, just come by and we'll give you a tour of all this stuff that we have and some other stuff that we're working on. A few other little areas here, lots of different rocks and minerals, lamps, electrical stuff, bottles from the 70s, and other things. And I'll just show you this other little room we got here. And we got another whole room full of stuff in here, and tools, and all kinds of little odds and ends. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you next week.
Talk, cut to the chase. Time's running out, and they're using live.